OpenClaw versus Claude Co-Work Dispatch. Which one is better? Which one should you go with? Let's dive into it now, because at the end of this video, you're going to know exactly which one of these you should invest your time in, because let's be frank, no one has unlimited time. You have to be able to optimize your time, and if you put something in, you want to get something out. Are you going to waste your time on OpenClaw, or is it a worthy investment? The biggest criticism that OpenClaw gets is that it's not super practical. People will go on X and say, how much money have you made with OpenClaw? But what have you built with it? Things like that. And look, it's a valid criticism, because most people will confess the majority of time that they spent in OpenClaw has been spent tinkering with it, customizing it. Do I think the time is worth it? I do, but let's get into that more. I actually had Claude Code build out this HTML page. I had it interview me and then make this page. I could have had OpenClaw do it, but I'm not super confident that the execution would have been the same. When I deal with Claude Code, I know what I'm getting. It's super reliable. And really, that's the heart of the matter. Can OpenClaw do everything that Claude Code can do? Yeah, pretty much. Is it as reliable? Will it get lost? Yes. But we're not here to talk about Claude Code. We're here to talk about Claude Co-Work. But those two topics are related, because Co-Work can basically do anything Claude Code can do. And they've added on something recently in the past couple of days here called Dispatch. And Dispatch is basically the ability to run cron jobs, and they have a beautiful interface. And if you haven't been able to tell so far, you might be able to know where I'm leaning. Let's take a look at this. You see, I think everyone's asking the wrong question. OpenClaw exploded onto the market. Peter Steinberger became the most famous guy in AI. And he even was brought on board to OpenAI to join the team, and he put OpenClaw on a foundation. It's going to remain open source, which is a great thing, which was why I think there is still validity to OpenClaw. We're far too early to throw out OpenClaw. We still need it around, and I want to get into the pros and cons of each and let you know which one you should go with, or maybe both, because everyone's asking the wrong question. You see, the question is not necessarily which one is better. Everyone knew that Anthropic would respond to this, and they would build this out and do it in a way that is Anthropic certified, which would be secure, which would be clean and reliable. And for people who want that type of experience, this is the way to go. It's not an either or scenario. See, everyone's arguing about which AI agent is better. They're asking the wrong question. You don't pick one, you drive one, you build the other. This is pretty cool, right? How it built out this. I even had it built a functionality up here because I said I wanted to be able to write on it. So it's a little janky, and I don't want to spend a ton of time on it. But, you know, you have to click this first and then go here, and then it works. So it kind of works for all intents and purposes. Not as smooth as I would want it, but hey, it took me 5 minutes to do it, and that's pretty freaking amazing. So 2 tools, 2 philosophies. OpenClaw is the most popular open source project of all time in human history. It's got a lot of connectors. It's got a big community behind it, tons of skills. And people say, oh, well, it can start, you can start Co-Work for $20. Yeah, sort of, not really. I mean, you're not going to get very far. The $20 on Claude is basically laughable. It's basically a waste of your time. It's like a glorified sample. Don't get much on it. So drive one, build the other. What do I mean by that? This is my verdict, by the way. And I've spent hundreds of hours on OpenClaw, and I've spent hundreds of hours on Claude Code. And I can't spend 100 hours on Dispatch because it hasn't been out 100 hours. So Dispatch is going to be my daily driver for now. It's fantastic. I love the interface. I love the way that it looks. And you could just go in there. It updates you on things. It's clean. Anyone can basically understand it. As with OpenClaw, I mean, good luck. You're going to have to build out entire mission control, which people do. And I'm pro mission control. But if you're just trying to run cron jobs from your Telegram or from your WhatsApp or Discord, good luck trying to navigate them all. It's pretty messy. And most people aren't even using the OpenClaw user interface that you can pull up on your machine. It's not very good either. So Claude Co-Work is a daily driver. Dispatch, I should put that in there. OpenClaw is a project that you build and grow with. So currently, like when I'm setting up a cron job, and if you don't know what a cron job is, it's basically time jobs that you want the system to do, and the AI will run the time jobs. Like, for instance, you can have it scan Zillow listings and you can have it scan for certain things and then report back to you, or you could have it search and see what's trending in your niche, and it'll do that at that designated time. So let's get into the full comparison. Claude Co-Work on price, $20. I've already talked about that. I'm on the $200 plan. OpenClaw, free. There's tons of free models that you can use. There's some that you can use locally if your machine has enough data support to it, but you're not going to get super far on the free stuff because the free models limit you. They time you out during busy times. Good luck trying to get on. It'll be super frustrating experience. API costs only. Right now, you can still use your OAuth with Claude. You can still use your OAuth, which they plan for both. For the Codex, which is the unlimited, okay? Right here, it says 30 to 60 minutes. It's more like infinity. That's the big downside. If you're a tinkerer and you just like making new stuff and you just sort of want to invest time into learning autonomous agents, go for it. I think that you should. I think that you should invest your time in learning this because the people who develop themselves and learning a lot about how to customize their own autonomous agents, in the end, are going to win over these folks. But these folks are going to be a lot more productive, okay? Long term, you want to keep building with OpenClaw. Short term for work, I'm going all in on Claude Co-Work, especially with the dispatch. I love it. I'm not sponsored by Anthropic. I wish that I was. I don't think they sponsor people really, but I'm a big fan. I loved Claude Code from the jump. Interface polished, build your own, kind of sucks. You can build your mission control, and there's a lot of great videos out there for how to build a mission control, and go and check those out. Alex Finn has one. It's pretty cool, but you'll want to customize those to suit yourself. Both of them require that your Mac always be on, and that's okay. That's why a lot of people are doing Mac Minis or Mac Studios. People are saying, I guess I don't need a Mac Mini. Yeah, you do. You need something that's always on. Perplexity released Computer, so it's cloud-based. I'm not against it, but I like it being on my own machine. I like it having access to all my files, in which case your machine would still always have to be on. So that's that. Mobile access. They've made it so that you can access Telegram with Claude Co-Work. By the way, it's Claude Co-Work Dispatch. Telegram, same thing. WhatsApp, Discord for OpenClaw. Customization, limited, unlimited customization with OpenClaw. Security, sandbox by default. Full system access, risky. I didn't put that in there. It did. But you call it risky. As long as you're not having your AI talk to people that we can do prompt injections, it's fine. As long as you're not out there being stupid and just downloading random plugins, you're going to be fine. You got to take some risk. It's okay. If you got illegal stuff to hide or you got weird stuff to hide, then, maybe don't do that stuff. Memory, built-in memory, OpenClaw's memory sucks. I've tried 50 different things. People tell you that, I've solved the OpenClaw memory. No, they haven't. It's still rough. It's still not that great, but it will get better over time. And that's why I think that you should continue to build out your OpenClaw. Let's say you haven't started with OpenClaw yet. Should you start with OpenClaw? Yeah, I still think you should start with it. You still should start to build it out. But here's the big thing. Ownership. Anthropic owns this. Who knows what can happen? So everything that you have on there, all your cron jobs, all set up on Anthropic, something goes away. Maybe you get banned off. I don't know why you would get banned off, but people have said they've gotten banned off for certain things or suspicious behavior, and they weren't doing anything suspicious. My account is still fine for now, but on OpenClaw, you own everything because it's model agnostic, and that's a huge thing. That means that you can switch out all the different AIs you want. You could go to Kimi, you can go to Minimax, you can go to OpenAI, you can go to Anthropic, you can go to whoever. You could go to Grok, you could put in whoever you want in there, and it will work. They'll have different differences, but it will still work. If you're on Anthropic's system, you're stuck there. It is a moat. That's why you need to be doing everything. That's why when I set up a cron job, I do both. I copy and paste it. I have OpenClaw do it. I have Anthropic do it. What about your API tokens? Token schmokens, okay? It's not a big deal. I have them both running, and I look at them both because I know that I own my OpenClaw setup. Anything could happen with Anthropic, and if I don't want to use it next week, maybe OpenAI comes out with something better. But I like the interface with Anthropic, but I'm still going to continue to develop my OpenClaw setup. My honest opinions, same capabilities, different packaging. It's not really an either-or situation. Both require your machine to always be on. Cost isn't a deciding factor. Security, don't overthink it. I already covered that. The messaging channels are overblown. Look, I don't need to talk to my Claude on Telegram because they have a great Claude app, so I can just do it there. Keep building OpenClaw on the side. That's what I say. The bottom line, for non-technical entrepreneurs, drive Co-Work, build OpenClaw. Use Claude Co-Work Dispatch as your daily driver. It just works. It's beautiful. These are professionals. And I'm not saying that Peter Steinberger is not a professional and he doesn't have a ton of help, but he's not Anthropic. And as far as I know, OpenAI is not developing OpenClaw. I still think it's Peter Steinberger's personal project. So it just doesn't compare. One is built by an individual who did something remarkable. My hat's off to him. The other is built by Anthropic, a bazillion-dollar company, and they did it right. It's smooth. I still wish that there were certain things that it had on there, but they'll fix that. They'll make it better, and it'll continue to get better and better and better. So who wins in this battle? It depends on what your priorities are. If your priorities are to have something that works and you could just get going and you could set up cron jobs and you could have your bot do cool things, go with Claude Co-Work, get the max out plan. That's what I suggest. Want to future-proof yourself, make sure you're constantly still building out your OpenClaw. I'm not saying you got to spend a ton of time. If you set up a cron job in your Claude Co-Work, go ahead and copy it on over into your OpenClaw setup, because then you're covered both ways. Hey, if you like this video, if you've gotten value out of it, subscribe to the channel, like, comment. If you want to see some use cases for any one of these, I'd be happy to do videos on that. Comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one.